Hello out there and welcome to another edition of Fourth Estate. In this program, we look at issues in society from the point of view of the media. And today, we have lots and lots and lots of issues. I'm sure our time will not be sufficient for us, but we attempt to do justice to majority of them. We have the issue of the IMF, International Monetary Fund, suggesting to Nigeria that the government should remove the fuel subsidy. We have the issue of the illegal mining and banditry in Zamfara and some northwest states. We also want to look at that. We have the issue of the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, and the federal government. And the government is accusing Atiku of wanting to resort to self-help. When do you require self-help? Why should somebody resort to self-help? And what is Atiku's position? We have xenophobia in South Africa. And our people are really being hit. They are being hit very hard. Shops are being looted. People are being maimed. Some are being killed. What should be our attitude? What led us to that situation? I am Olufunke Faduba. Welcome to the program. I have with me on the program to look at all these issues Eddie Aina, former Director of Operations, National Broadcasting Commission. You are welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and hello there.
I also have here Dimeji Kayode Adedeji, founder Pen Pushing Media. You are welcome to this program.
Good morning, viewers, and I want to equally seize the opportunity to appreciate the fact that I am sitting in between my two senior colleagues and mentors.
We are at par here. We are at par.
It's a level playing ground.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. There won't be anything inconclusive here today. We will start from the petroleum subsidy. Minister of State for Petroleum, Ibe Kachoko, said petroleum subsidy has hit 1.4 trillion naira. And in the budget, the 2019 budget, the federal government is proposing 305 billion naira for subsidy. But IMF is coming up and saying, Nigeria, remove subsidy. You don't need it. You have had enough of subsidy and it's not taken down to the people. Eddie, I know. Should IMF be telling us that, or do we really still need subsidy?
Yes, I think IMF, International Monetary Fund, has taken it upon itself to advise countries on policy formulation, policy implementation, especially in the area of economics. And it's been doing that a long time ago. I recall that under the Babangida administration, there was this issue of social adjustment program, SAP, which, owing to debates, national debates and national consensus, Nigerians rejected it, but he implemented the conditionalities. The reason why IMF's advice may be that Nigerians may be wary of taking the IMF advice is that people have alleged that all over the world, especially in African countries, Africa, Asia and Latin America, where IMF had advised, did not come out of economic quagmire. It has not really worked. Maybe it's the implementation that is the problem, but in the actual sense of it, people are weary of IMF's advice. But this time around, I think IMF is correct, to an appreciable extent, because you're talking of 1.4 trillion naira. The debt profile of Nigeria is 24 trillion naira. And look at the economic indices, look at the interest rate. They just reduced it from 14% to 13.5%.
It's still double digits.
It's still double digits. Look at inflation rate, 11.9%, and so on and so forth. So we are in dire straits. Even look at unemployment, it's there. Staring us in the face, especially when you look at youth unemployment. So IMF is correct, to say remove this subsidy. But there are so many things attached to removing the subsidy. Especially
it's not
now
as easy as that.
Easy as IMF is suggesting, because in countries where subsidies are allowed or are used very well, the economies of those countries are in stable condition. Developed countries subsidize virtually anything that they feel will benefit the generality of the masses. Agriculture, social investments, even housing to an appreciable extent, anything that will make life comfortable for the people. But if you remove subsidy in Nigeria, I'm sure we'll compound the problem, because recall that this administration even rejected subsidy when it was campaigning in 2015.
Labeling it as fraud.
Fraud.
Yeah.
That was the one. And that was corruption leading. Although if you tie it back, during the time of GEG, Jonathan, there were lots and lots of corrupt practices attached to it. Maybe that was the reason. But they didn't look critically into it, because this government has not done much when in the area of oil and oil subsidy or oil production or oil distribution.
Even the subsidy is escalating.
It's escalating, and initially they said they are not going to subsidize, but the subsidy is escalating. And if you now remove it, vis-a-vis the economic conditions of this country, because we are talking of existential ramifications, we're talking of food, we're talking of transportation, we're talking of housing, we're talking of education and all that. It will boomerang, because it will affect virtually everything. That is it. But the question is, has the subsidy assisted the common man in Nigeria?
Dimeji, has it assisted? Who is benefiting from the fuel subsidy?
Before then, let me say this. When you look at the journey of IMF, I think it started on a very wrong note. I'm saying this because do we consider the advantages, disadvantages before
coming up with just suggestion?
Just suggestion. That's why I said it started on a wrong note, which has today become a nightmare for the country. But having said that, if we look at the two sides, I mean the advantages and disadvantages, I think with that we'll be able to know what and what to do, whether it is still going to be of benefit. Then in addition to that as well, like my senior colleague said, talking about people condemning IMF and things like that, I think to a level it is believed in many quarters that it is a fraud. Why is it a fraud? Because I consider who are the beneficiaries. These are the people who are, I would say, are on top. They are the beneficiary of all these subsidy things. So that is why I said, if you look at the background, it started on a very wrong note.
If we look at it, there have been attempts to either reduce pump price, and government had introduced some safety nets in the past, like labor transport and stuff like that. But would we, because we made a mistake some time ago, still continue on that road without us adjusting? For instance, if government wants to remove this subsidy, what sort of safety nets can really get to the average Nigerian?
My worry is the economic team. Because this has to do with the economy of the country.
Do we really have a team?
That is a problem. That is a problem, because we ought to have looked at the ramifications of all this. What will be the impact? To what extent should we remove it? Because all along, if you take a look back at the trajectory of this policy of oil increase in pump price and what have you, we didn't have this problem when we started. Even up to Shagari regime, oil was okay. Because
our refineries were working.
The 4 refineries were working. We were even selling abroad, so we were making foreign exchange. And so we didn't have that problem. And that was the period when we once said the problem of the country was not
making money, but how to spend it.
And that was where we got it wrong, really. Because we got it wrong because some other countries, Norway for instance, Norway has the same problem or has the same economic template that we have. They have oil, but the money they make from oil, they keep, they invest in foreign accounts, and what they use, what they use for the country is just the one they make from fish and related items. But in our own case, we're just spending, we're not investing anywhere. It took Okonjo Iweala a lot of hues and cries to say
to have the sovereign wealth fund.
So that has been very problematic. So we were increasing it. I think Obasanjo increased it about 8 times, and since then it's been from one point to the other. Especially on the eve of Yar'Adua's departure, I think it was increased about 97%, 97 naira, and Nigerians cried out, "What do you know the impact of even this removal?"
But this government also came and jacked it up.
I jacked it. That's it. That's the saddest part of it. But we Nigerians believed this government then because
thinking that will
alleviate the suffering of people. But unfortunately, it has been the other way around. Because in fact, I'm sure they would have increased it further, but for the fact that yes, elections were around the corner, and Nigerians will say, this is not what we promised us. What have you. So this government has not, for me, this government has not managed the oil policy very well. Even look at the NNPC itself. You know what the NNPC is not helping Nigeria.
It's running at a loss.
Running at a loss, and even what it ought to give to the states, you know, because it contributes to what we share on a monthly basis. Although that one is an aberration too, but it doesn't give. So our oil policy needs readjustment.
Maybe the second coming of
this government,
there will be an economic
team that will now take a total look at all this, because whichever way you want to look at it now, we have not succeeded in diversifying our economy. We have not succeeded in doing it. It's only, yes, a lot has been done in the at the ports, you know, with Ahmed, you know, he's done a lot. FIRS have done a lot. But the agriculture that we really need to tap into, we have not succeeded much. It's only in the area of rice and a few other
Even the rice. Imported rice is cheaper than local rice.
So when you look at it critically, the government has not done much.
Okay.
So now I would not advise that we should toe the line of IMF without critically looking at the remedies.
The pros and cons
of it. Then the remedies, because you have to think about the remedies. How do we increase it or remove the subsidy? Because when you remove the subsidy, it presupposes that the price of oil, you can sell at any price.
At any
filling station. You can sell at any, you import at the normal price and sell at what will give you a profit. And that presupposes that you're going to increase the increment. How would Nigerians absorb that increment?
That is for the government to answer. Let's go to the second issue we have here, and that is diversification. You spoke about it. Illegal mining in Zamfara and in some of the northwest states, Sokoto, Katsina. Yes.
I think it's also spreading.
And that's why we have to look at it. And the issue of banditry, people fighting for territorial control, that this is the land where the gold is, and it belongs to us, the urchins. Dimeji, how can government, what measures can the government bring again? The president has said, be ruthless in dealing with bandits. He has said that more than once. Since
several times.
And they have never dealt ruthlessly with anybody.
On the banditry.
Yes.
I think the statement is outdated as far as I'm concerned. There must be a firm decision on what to do. But if you continue repeating similar things and no result, it's as good as you are wasting your time. So, to me, I think government has its own fault. And what is that fault is that it is the government that should be responsible for the safety, security of the country as well as the citizens. But when that is not forthcoming, it will equally give room for hoodlums to carry out operations without being checked. So the government should make it something necessary, that is necessary, that the welfare, the safety, the security of the country is very, very important. So I think with that, these
There is
activities.
gold in the Elisha.
There is. I'm coming to that.
Have you started mining illegally too?
Fortunately or unfortunately, you discover that government is not even using that opportunity. Rather, it is the individual that will be saying, we have gold here, we have gold here, we have gold here. What has been the responsibility of government in getting to the place to make use of that opportunity? Now, I'm not sure whether there is a policy by the government on mining.
Fayemi attempted.
Yeah, you did.
But unfortunately, we didn't see the conclusion.
What do you think might be the problem? These are the things we have to look into. There must be a policy to that, and this will reduce all this what we are saying about banditry and.
Yes.
Yeah, you spoke about diversification. And you talk of mineral resources. Like you rightly pointed out, and Dimeji, we don't have a policy. In fact, so many either we don't have a policy or there is policy somersault. We don't follow those
policies
up, and it's very sad because if you have a problem, only one mono economy, and that's oil.
Oh, yeah.
But hardly do you see any state in Nigeria. In Zamfara, there are 23 different minerals. And Kaduna,
they have lead that killed children. Yes.
But what policy do we have, to harmonize? Even if you talk of federalism, we are not running the proper federal system, because the mineral resources you spoke about is under exclusive legislative list, whereas it should be concurrent legislative list. In other words, the state
should be able to exploit
their
minerals
and pay to the federal, pay whatever you want to pay to the
royalties.
Royalty. We are not doing that way. And talking about banditry, really, look at rule of law in this country. We have two types. There's rule of law, there's rule of men. Rule of law is for the common man. Rule of men is for the rich people. In Ife, Modakeke, when there was clash between the Hausas and the Yorubas, there was a Yoruba that was picked up and taken to Abuja.
I was bundled
to Abuja and tried. Why is that not happening in Kaduna, in Zamfara, in Sokoto, and Katsina? Why is it not happening? Are some Nigerians more Nigerians than the others? That's the problem. And you need to make a sample of people. If you have picked one of those traditional laws that have been fingered and you punish them, I'm sure killing, last week, 50 people were killed, and it's all over, and you have ethnic problems. Junkun and Tilis, 10 people were killed last week. Go to Rivers, you have killing, it's a killing field because of cultism, kidnapping, so, and the president has refused to change this security architecture.
In fact, yes.
I think some traditional rulers are equally involved in these crimes. You have just given an example. What do you say to a traditional ruler who organizes his own kidnap? These are the people who encourage some of these bad boys, and government should equally ensure that you don't say because you are a traditional ruler you are above the law. Or government now is trying to give a sort of what we call soft landing.
The Minister of Defense fingers
some traditional
but he did not mention them. And the Zamfara Traditional Council has come out to say, name them.
That is it.
Why has he failed to name them?
Maybe he's compiling the names.
I said, let's wait. These are the part of the things we are talking about. Because you just raise an alarm now. That's where I see it. You cannot substantiate what we have just said.
Let's look at the security chiefs.
Yes.
Since this set
administration
have been appointed, is it that we don't have better heads?
Look, last week in Chad, because they killed some people, 26 around the border, between between Chad and the Nigeria Republic, the head of state changed the chief of army staff there, chief of staff army in that case. Why can't we change our own security architecture? And if you look at them, only one person, Inter Embassy, comes from the Navy, and that's the only person. All the others are not enough. And I think, and more often than not, people have accused the president that it's nepotistic, it's journalistic. I think this second coming, it should change, that narrative. If we want to stop this insecurity that is looming large on the nation. We must be changed.
It-
Change
it-
them. Let's see what others can do. Because that's what you do. Even in a company, if somebody does this, why periodically they change directors
That's
and
it,
change
that's
things
it,
and what
that's
have you. Why can't we change them? Because it's everywhere. Nigeria, in fact, it is easy for people to get killed than for people to get jobs.
in Nigeria
In
now.
Nigeria, and should be the other way around because, like the Meji said, it's in the constitution. Security and welfare of the people, chapter 2, is business
Of government.
And so if they are not-
And any government that cannot do that.
It is sad. So,
Some people have also looked at it that could it be that this violence is being sustained for other reasons by those who have been charged with the responsibility of curtailing this insecurity?
yeah, trust Nigeria.
But I want to believe that some people are making use of the opportunity to enrich their pockets. That's where I see it. Because, look, for every violence, particularly the one that cannot be easily controlled, you discover that at the end of the day, they will earmark some amount to say they want to resolve that problem. That amount goes to where?
And the problem persists.
Persist. They want it to persist because they want to make their the country and enrich their pocket.
Even the chief of army staff said they should give them elastic budgets.
What does that mean?
So to be able to curtail insecurity.
Now, another angle we are not, we should look into
Yeah.
is the issue of security votes. We are talking of Sankara. At a point in time, the Yari said he was helpless and he was even ready to leave. To resign.
But he's still there.
And he's been taking security
Vote every month.
on monthly basis.
And I refuse to leave.
So we have to query that aspect of it. What is security vote being used for? Because if as a governor you cannot control security in your area, why do you need to take the money? I think that's one area where
Maybe you should return the money he has collected so far.
Yes, so far. So it means that money is going somewhere else.
It's really tough being secured in Nigeria.
It is.
It's a tough job.
Yeah. Even if you look at it, some have said the Lagos-Ibadan Express Road, despite its chaotic situation, people will prefer to ply that route instead of going through Ikorodu because the bad boys, they have taken over that end of the road. And the same thing, Abuja, Kaduna.
That's what I'm saying. It's happening in so many roads now. Well, unfortunately, the number of people that can afford to go by air or go by that train, because most big men now go through either air or by rail. But how many Nigerians have that kind of money? Because they don't want to solve the problem. If they want to solve the problem can be solved or resolved, so far. But they are not willing to do that, and it's a problem of leadership in this country. Their needs.
God will help us. Let's look at the political arena. There is Atiku Abubakar and the altercations with the federal government. The government is talking about a Venezuelan example. What is happening in Venezuela that Nigeria should copy there?
Well, it's ideological. Venezuela is a socialist enclave and bordering a capitalist world, that controls the world. That's America, and it's been there all along. This socialism, capitalism has been the issue. Those who have been running the government in Venezuela are socialists. Maduro took over from a socialist leader who died sadly in office. So, and allegedly they lost the last election. The opposition party won, and the opposition party is being supported by so many of these developed countries that many of them had acknowledged the leadership of that country, had sent
as the opposition leader,
as the leader of the country, because he allegedly won that election, and Maduro is staying put, because he's in government. And if you look at the economy of that country, it's in tatters now, because to even buy toilet papers, the queue is as long as from this Acme route to somewhere else. Ordinary toiletry, soap and what have you. It is that bad. And it's another country. Sadly enough, it's another country. So the opposition now is trying to use self-help by traveling all over the world with the support of America and some other developed countries to say I'm in charge, I'm the government, the government, I'm in power because I won that election, and throwing himself about, and that's the self-help, with the hope that eventually the opposition will be weakened and he will become the government, the president. So that's the example. They are now linking to Atiku. Election had taken place in this country. The president won 15 million. He won 14 million or less, 11 million. And so the problem is just like the opposite of Venezuela. So many people have recognized our own president. Only yesterday, I think one other country recognized the president yesterday. So the problem is, must Atiku continue to do this? That's the question.
Well, Atiku has denied that.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Coming back home, Atiku came out to say the story was untrue. But having said that, there are 2-3 things I want us to observe. One, when we talk about self-help, I think this is when you don't have confidence, particularly in the system, the judiciary. They have now employed that method. But let us assume, I want to assume that the story was true. I think it would be wrong for Atiku to have used that method. Rather, it would have been better for him to let
to continue with the court,
rather than using that style. Like I said, and we are all aware, he has equally denied that. But I want to say that if the story was true, maybe it is an afterthought now that Atiku is now saying this, denying now. I think it is wrong for him to have.
But the PDP say it is a ploy by the All Progressive Congress to ruin Atiku financially.
I wouldn't deny that to you because I'm happy the message is it happened in Ogun State during the regime of Oshoba, Olusegun Oshoba. There was this contest between him for a second time and OGD.
Okay. And
there was this OGD's photograph billboard. Lo and behold, the following day, the whole thing was painted black. Okay. And Ogun State people were aghast.
Who could have done
this? And it was years after that we realized the fact that it was done by people who cried foul. So, you don't trust politicians.
They are.
It could happen that way. Okay. That the people crying foul
and the people who are the pulpits.
Okay, let's in ensuring that beyond the political terrain, even in our micro and macro level, we don't resort to self-help. I think we need to talk to the judiciary.
Yes, we need to talk to the judiciary because going by Ononye's example, it shows that not all is not well
with the judiciary.
And the judiciary needs to show all of us this time around that it's ready to dispense justice, because when you can say somebody should be killed, you can decide that somebody should be killed, it means you are holding a very important position. And so you should not only, you must be above board, you must be above Caesar's wife. Not only clean, you must be seen to be clean. So the admonition is to the judiciary, so that people like Atiku can have that confidence in the judiciary and all others that have cases in tribunal and in courts.
There are so many petitions before the tribunals. I'm sure that
so far there are 608 petitions
across.
In fact, after the primaries, there were over 900.
Would they be able to finish all these cases before May 29?
I think they are trying to dispose of some of them on daily basis. They are trying to dispose of some of them, and I think the acting chief justice is saying, "Look, we must move fast so that the big one, can be disposed of."
Let's use the Rivers example. Yeah. They say Wike is calling on the opposition that come, let's work together. Can we appeal to politicians to always accept verdicts and work for peace?
There's nothing wrong in that. But unfortunately, the selfish interest won't allow that. And I believe that with time, it's a gradual process. Unlike before, they will not even call each other.
Yes.
Now that we have been doing this, let us believe, let us be optimistic that things will work out
Well,
the way we want it.
things will work out the way we want it. It's on that note we want to wrap up this edition of the Fourth Estate. Let me say a big thank you to Eddie Aino, former Director Operations, National Broadcasting Commission. Thank you for taking time to come here.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you. Dimeji Kayode Adedeji, founder, Pempushi Media. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, my mentor and my senior colleague.
And for you out there, thank you for investing your time with us. Next time, we shall be here. I'm Olufunke Faduba. Bye.